Russ McCaskey, thanks for joining us. There are new plans and a new leader has taken the controls at the Tulsa Air and Space Museum. 2 News reporter Krista Flash outlines what's ahead for the Aviation Center.
Glenn Wright is one of the founding members of the Tulsa Air and Space Museum. Now he'll take on a new role as its executive director. The Air and Space Museum is often called one of Tulsa's best-kept secrets. Glenn Wright wants to change that perception.
I want more people to know about it.
Wright has just been hired as the new executive director. It's a sort of homecoming for a man who helped start the museum back in the 90s. He even donated a rare military helicopter when the facility first opened.
I had been going through that at the board meetings, listening to what's going on. And I just had this calling that this is me. I want to be here.
Wright replaces Jim Bridenstine, who resigned after 2 years. Bridenstine organized the Quick Trip Air and Rocket Show this past April, which drew an estimated 40,000 spectators. Wright says there are no plans to bring the show back next year. Instead, he wants to organize fly-ins where people can land their personal planes right next to the museum.
We can have little visitations out here on the runway and open the ramp and see interesting planes come in, and people come in for a breakfast flight to come over here or something like that, and people can do, and we want to do more things like that.
The museum will also continue to pursue one of NASA's shuttles, but it's unclear whether or not the agency will actually follow through with earlier plans to retire the shuttles.
NASA, keeps just delaying that, and but I think it's getting closer and closer, and we still have our we're naming a pot, so to speak.
Wright's main mission is to expand the museum's educational opportunities and grow the campus. A building plan has been on the books for a while. Financing is the big challenge. It's a task Wright is willing to tackle. A conference call with NASA is scheduled for December, and the museum is continuing its fundraising efforts to land the shuttle. In North Tulsa, Krista Flash, 2 News works for you.
Krista, thanks. Now, NASA is trying to figure out how the astronauts will get to the International Space Station if the shuttles are retired. The museum's curator says that plans to utilize Russia's shuttles may not work out now that Russia has doubled